Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakha, Kodash, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going into being optimistic. Okay? Being optimistic with Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Okay? It's a very, very important understanding that can't be skipped over. All right? So I started at verse 4, but first I'm going to break down the words first. But let me read it again. Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Right. And that low estate is physically and mentally. Okay? Spiritually and physically. All right? Let's go into cheerfully. In the Google definition, it says noticeably happy and optimistic. Now, noticeably happy or optimistic in this situation. Okay? Because optimistic, you don't have to be happy to be optimistic. Okay, you don't have to be walking around obviously happy where people notice it. Okay, you can be very calm and, have a certain face because you're thinking or whatever it may be and still be optimistic. Okay, so that's the right understanding there. Okay, not walking around like you're skipping all day, but your mind, your spirit is stable. All right. Towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. Now let's go into optimistic in the Google definition. It says hopeful and confident about the future. Hopeful and confident about the future. Well, what gives us our confidence? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. And it reminds me of that scripture. In the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence. Therefore, we have a place of refuge. His children shall have a place of refuge. Well, if you believe that, you're going to be confident. If you believe that, though you're changed to a lower state, spiritually or physically or both, that's going to give you strength because you believe, right? In the power of those names, in the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You are optimistic. Okay? You're optimistic about it. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 2, and let's start at verse 1 on down. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right. Okay, meaning different diverse demons are going to come at you to tempt you. Okay. Verse 2, set thy heart aright, your mind, and constantly endure. You have to endure through it. Okay. Through different things, man, different temptations. Okay. You have to endure through it, even though, you're like, you got to endure. Make not haste in time of trouble, meaning call upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. Because that's our refuge. That's our power, not us, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is our power, not ourselves. Okay. So when you think you can battle all these demons by yourself, good luck. It ain't going to end good. Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Right. Okay. Because he's going to strengthen us. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. I broke that down. Okay. Be optimistic. Okay. Hopeful about the future, even though right now it's not looking good to you. Even though you're uncomfortable, you're in pain, you're annoyed, etc., etc. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. So we know in this truth, we have to suffer like Yahushua suffered, all right? And we're going to face different adversities. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. Verse 6, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him through the whole process, through the ups and downs. Okay, through the ups and downs in this truth, man. Okay, you don't feel the same the whole way in this walk, man. You have different swings, and you got to trust the Lord through those swings. Okay, verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest you fall. Okay, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Because in the fear of the Lord is a what? A strong confidence. It will make you optimistic. It will make you cheerful. Okay, which is going into optimistic. Okay, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear? That's the key. We have to abide in that fear. And was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Okay, make not haste, right? When you're in trouble, I read that earlier. You got to call upon the Lord, man. Okay, you got to call upon Yahweh Bashem Haushai. Verse 11, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and save in time of affliction. Okay, so when we're brought low, it could be different reasons. It could be that in general, we've just been tried in general, or it could be a mixture of both. You did something and you're being chastised, so he's bringing you low through the chastisement, and now you got to trust and believe. Okay, examine yourself, etc., and not give up. And be optimistic if you believe on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because like I just read, verse 10, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So order your way right. Okay, whether you're low or high, in general. Let's go to James chapter 1, verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, because when you come to serve the Lord, they will be there. Diverse, man. I just read that in Sirach. Verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Right. Be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work. Let the process happen. The Lord is doing something with you. You have to trust that. Okay, be optimistic. That is for your good. Okay, and for your inner man, which is the most important thing, to get stronger and better and to get closer to him. All right, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Okay, let's go to Psalm chapter 62, verse 8. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a refuge for us. Do you hear that? Trust at all times, whether you're high or low. Okay, and he's really trying to see if you trust in him when you're low, or are you going to lose faith? Do you not trust him because you're low? Do you not trust him because you're a little broke? Do you not trust him because you're in pain, etc., etc.? Okay, you read that in Romans chapter 8 at the end, okay, about not allowing these different things to get between us and our love in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, you trust him anyway, because he controls what happens. So he can turn something, he can bring you low on Thursday and bring you high on that same Thursday. You got to believe that. Okay, you'll be a fool not to believe that. Okay, how are we here? So he's very powerful. He's beyond what we can even, the power is beyond, man. Okay, now real quick, let's go into trust in the Google definition. It says firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. Okay, and that someone is talking about Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We have firm belief, okay, in their strength, not our strength, but the strength of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We trust in it. Okay, we trust in it. Okay, let's end it on this. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. Right. We are optimistic of the future. Okay. So the sight might look bad or not look good right now, But we can see past that because our relationship and the strength from the heavens allows us to see past it. Okay? The other people on the earth don't got that. Okay? They can have it on bullshit, but we got it on the right thing. Okay? We understand this truth. For we walk by faith and not by sight. So we're brought low. We're looking at something that don't look good. It looks uncomfortable. But our faith, the just shall live by faith, right? Our faith is going to get us through. Our trust in the Lord, our belief, us being optimistic. Okay, so I hope you were edified. In this lesson, I want to give our praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, Arkham out there that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.